Hello, guys. My name is Butterfly Spirit. I have a YouTube channel. I talk about a lot of things on my YouTube channel. This particular video is going to be a bit different because this is going to be about a Google certificate that I'm currently working towards. So, currently, I am working towards completing the Google Data Analytics Professional Certificate for Beginners. That's what I'm working towards, okay? In this video, my goal is to tell you guys some things that you need to know about that certificate before you decide to pay for it on Coursera, because I think some of these tips are going to be extremely helpful, okay, for you guys. So, the first tip I want to tell you guys is that there are two Google Data Analytics certificates. There is the Google Data Analytics Certificate Professional for Beginners, okay? And then there's the Google Data Analytics Certificate Advanced. What's the difference between these two? It might be confusing if you go online, you go onto YouTube and you're watching videos about the Google Data Analytics Certificate, because there are people making videos about the Google Data Analytics Certificate um, for beginners, but they're not specifying that in their video. And the thing you have to know is there's two of them. So the beginner Google Analytics certificate, that's going to be for people who have absolutely no experience with data analytics, okay? That's what that's going to be for. If you're somebody and you have experience already in data analytics and you want to take up a certificate, it would be better for you to do the Google Data Analytics Certificate Advanced. That would be better for you if you already have data analytics certificate. Um, I'm sorry, that would be better if you already have data analytics experience in the industry, okay? Whatever industry you happen to be in, okay? So there are two different certificates. Like I was saying before, people are making videos about the Google Data Analytics Beginner Certificate, but they're not specifying that it's the beginner one, okay? So it's important to, to understand that there's two different ones. And you don't want to accidentally sign up for the advanced one when you're somebody who doesn't have any experience and you're really looking for the beginner one, okay? So I wanted to kind of tell you guys that part, okay? And let you guys know that, okay? So, next thing is if you're somebody and you want to get into data analytics and stuff, and let's say you don't have the money to pay Coursera, $50 a month to, for, achieving the Google Data Analytics Certificate for Beginners. Let's say you don't have that kind of money. Well, something that I'm doing currently is that my local library is actually, they're actually sponsoring for me to be able to take the course for Google. So they're actually sponsoring that. So they have like scholarships through Coursera, which is allowing me to actually take the certificate course for free. And you guys may actually have that in your local area. And I would suggest that you check with your local library to find out if they offer that. For me, when I called my local library, I found out on YouTube from somebody who lived in my area. I had no idea this lady lived in my area, but she was talking about getting free training. And she talked about how through her library that she was able to get free training. Turns out she and I live in the same city and state. And because of that, I'm able to take advantage of it through the library. So the program she was talking about of getting free training through the library, I'm able to take advantage of that because she and I live in the same city and state. How cool is that, right? So the process that I went through my local library in order to get the scholarship to pay for my Google course is that I called my local library, and actually so I took the advice of the lady, and then I went to my local library's website. I found out that they did have scholarships through Coursera, so they were offering that to people as long as they had a library card in our area. And so I went ahead and applied on the library website. And then, well, actually, back up. I found that they had that. So then the challenge for me was to get a library card. Now, a long time ago, I used to have a library card, but I had fines on it when I was a kid. And so I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to even get a library card because I had fines once upon a time ago. And so I went to my local library and I applied for a library card. They told me that the library fines that I had, they had been wiped out because the library had paid them in full or whatnot. And so I was going to be able to get a new library card. And once I got the library card and things, I saw at the library they did have a scholarship through Coursera where they had a program where they were going to pay for people to take Google courses on the Coursera website. And so I took note of that when I was at the library. And then after that, I went home, went on the library's website. I followed the prompts to get to where I needed to apply for the Coursera scholarship through my library's like website. I applied for it. I didn't hear anything the next morning, so I called the library to find out, how long it would take for me to get the scholarship. The first lady I talked to, she was like, "Oh, well, I'm sorry, the scholarships are already taken up already." And so I was like, "Oh shoot!" But she's like, "Well, you can, call, I'll go ahead and, pass you over to the training manager and he'll tell you when they restart again." So she switched me over to the training manager at the library. Turns out it went to his voicemail. I left him a message. He called me back within, like, I think maybe like 5 minutes. He called me and he told me that the lady I talked to was wrong, that they still were offering scholarships for people. They had a whole bunch of them, and that I could, that as long as I applied, I should be able to get the scholarship, as early as the next morning. So he said, "Well, check your email and see if you get it or whatever." And he gave me his extension and, for me to call him back and everything if, I ran into any kind of trouble. So, and he saw that I applied for it and everything. And he was like, "Okay." He's like, "Yeah, you're good. You should be fine." And sure enough, like he said, the next morning I got the invite from Coursera that I was approved for the scholarship through my local library, and I was invited to start taking courses. And I signed up for the Google Data Analytics uh, Professional Certificate for the beginners. So I signed up for that, and now my local library is paying for me to take part in the certificate. Currently, right now, I'm in the first course. I am 21% into the first course. There's 9 courses a part of their certificate and everything. And I will say, for those of you who are curious about what it's like right now, I will say that as part of the certificate, you do have to do reading. So you will be like reading, you may be reading through like pages of information. And if you're a reader, that's great. And then also, they do have practice assignments as you're going through the course. So far, I've done about 2 practice assignments and things. They're like basically you answer like per like assignment. There's like 4 questions per assignment, so you get 1 assignment. Like at first, like after you've like watched a few videos and done some readings, then you get the practice assignment. Then you do like you watch more videos and do more reading assignments, and then you get another practice assignment. The practice assignment is pretty much just like a test. It's like a 4 question test that you take, and it's multiple choice. And it's based off of the videos and the reading that you did. Okay. What I've been doing is I have been taking notes in my little notebook here and stuff about the data analytics, like the information I've been learning so far and stuff, and it's been pretty good and stuff as far as I'm concerned and things. So I would definitely say that in a certificate, there are 9 courses as part of certificate. In those courses, like I said, there's going to be reading assignments, videos that you're going to watch and stuff. I'd recommend definitely having a notebook so you can take notes. Or if you're somebody and let's say you like to take notes like on like your computer, you can do that as well. I would say you want to have those handy so that when you take the practice assignments, then it'll be more helpful for you. And they are going to say things during the videos that you do want to make sure you take notes on, because when you have the practice assignments, or rather practice tests, then you want to make sure you've taken notes, good notes, so that you can pass the test. The first test I took, I was kind of frustrated because you can take the test as many times as you want. But the thing is that you have to answer all 4 questions right. If you don't like get at least an 80%, then you're gonna have to do it again. And you want to get that green check marked for that practice assignment or test. So you definitely want to make sure you answer all the questions right and things and stuff. I was stumped on one question. I think I was stumped on like the third question, and I think I went through the test like probably 12 times over, and I think the 13th time I finally got 100% and things. But by and large, it was frustrating, but I got through it and I did it. You guys may not have that same thing when you're going through the first practice assignment or test. Like you may not have that, but I did. My second assignment that I did tonight, the practice assignment or practice test, I actually passed it in one try, and I got one. It was 4 questions, but I got the test mostly right. I got like a 93%, so I got like an A in the test and stuff. I thought I was gonna fail it, but I actually did well, and I got a 93%, and that's passing. Like as long as you get like at least 80%, then you pass it. But I got 93 point, I think 75%, and I passed it. So that's kind of where I am right now. I'm currently in a reading assignment right now that I'm working on and stuff. So it's going along. I will say it is giving me an understanding about data analytics. You don't have like you it is self-paced, so you are doing it yourself and things, and going through the readings and videos at your own pace and stuff. I will tell you, don't expect to spend a month on this, because there was a video where a girl was talking about, she's like, well, I took the course in a month, but she's been doing data analytics for like years in her career. And so for her, she got through it in a month and she kind of tested out of it. For me, don't really know a lot about it, but I'm learning about data analytics. And I would say I think I've been working on it for about 3 days so far. And I'm making pretty good progress and stuff. So when I have downtime, I work on it and things. I will tell you, there are people who will say if you get the certificate, it's gonna magically get you a job. And what I will tell you guys is that you do want to do learning outside of this. So you do want to learn things like Microsoft BI. You do want to learn things like R and Tableau and Python. So you do want to do that. And you also want to learn Excel outside of this. So you like got an understanding as well. I'm currently, there's like this course on YouTube about data analytics with Excel that I'm currently doing. It's like 10 hours long, and it's actually teaching me about data analytics as far as Excel is concerned. So they like the guy who's doing it is a very good teacher. He works in data analytics, and him along with another data analyst like created the course and stuff. And I'm going along with his course. I'm learning so much more about Excel than what I thought I knew and things. So I'm really enjoying it so far. But yeah, I am going outside of it because based off the videos that I've kind of watched, they were like, well, you don't just want to depend on a certificate, you also want to learn outside of that. So I am going to be learning more about Excel. I'm going to be learning, of course, Python and Microsoft BI. In terms of learning R or R and Tableau, I'll have to see about that. But basically, I'm going to go through the courses that are like free for me to learn on YouTube and stuff and everything. But so far with Excel, it's going along really great. And they do teach you about like spreadsheets a lot in the Google Data Analytics like beginner certificate. They do teach you about that and stuff. But I'm doing stuff outside of it because I want to develop my skills specifically in like the specific areas and stuff. Because my goal is going to be getting into data analytics and things like that. And so I want to make sure I have those, of course, background skills and stuff like that too, in order to be, to have a better understanding of like what data analytics is and like to understand like if I were to move towards like a career in the future towards it or something, then I would, know more about it. But anyway, that's all I want to tell you guys for now. I hope this video has been super helpful for those of you guys who are considering it or thinking about it. And this is from the perspective of somebody who's currently enrolled in the course. Thank you for watching. Bye.